Hey, badass black girls, and they making big moves. Hey, badass black girls, nothing that you can't do. They are the future, I'm trying to tell ya. They want the best, no time to settle. They got the strength to handle the pressure. These are the queens, nobody better. Yeah, changing the narrative, that is imperative. They about to rock this. Tell the women that you got this. Got no time for people who are toxic. It's all love, good vibes. You know I got your back, girl. Talking issues that matter. This is badass black girl, yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Badass Black Girl. I'm MJ, and today we have a very special guest. Krystel Kanzki is in the house. Hi, Krystel.
Hi, MJ. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Would you please introduce yourself for the audience?
Absolutely, MJ. And as you know, I'm Haitian like MJ. A big shout out to all my Haitian ladies doing stuff. So I am from Haiti, grew up there. And when I have kids who are now 7 and 8 years old, but when I decided to start writing, they were 4 and 5 years old. They were just learning how to read and French. And I was looking for level 1 books in French for them. Couldn't find any because that concept doesn't really exist in French. And you might have books to learn how to read, or you just have books for children, not level 1, 2, or 3 books. So when I realized that the concept did not exist and I felt there was a need for my kids who are learning how to read, I said, you know what? If the concept doesn't exist, I'm going to create it. And that's how I wrote the first book of La Petite Pétra, La Petite Pétra being the name of my book series. Now, when I said, well, if I'm going to write a concept, I can't write one book because one book can't be a concept. So I said, okay, I'm going to have to start with a small series. And that's how I wrote my first 5 books. And the first 5 books came out at once in 2018, December 2018. And I launched them in Haiti. A few months later, there was the Miami International Book Fair coming up. And I would say a few months later, I came out with a few books, my first books from the Haiti Discovery series, which was the book on Citadel. And I also decided to introduce certain lessons in the book. So those came out perhaps in May 2019. And with the upcoming book fair in November 2019, I decided I wanted to participate. And I felt, well, if I'm going to come to the US for a book fair, I felt maybe the books, if I only have French books, I felt it would not be adapted to the public here in the US. I was also a very big proponent of my kids learning many different languages because I remembered reading in a book called Tout se joue avant 6 ans. I can never remember the name of that book in English, but it's Everything Happens Before the Age of 6 would be the literal translation, but it's not the the name of the book in English is different. And they said, I remember that if you want your children to speak certain languages fluently, you should teach them how to speak that language before the age of 6. So I was on a mission. I'm like, my kids need to speak English. I put them in Spanish classes. They were 4 years old. They're speaking Creole. I'm like, these kids are going to speak like 5 languages by the time they're 6. And I said, I'm going to contribute to that mission by introducing bilingual versions of my book. And because I believe that it was, I will be helping children get on that path of starting to learn multiple languages at a very early age. I also think that if a child thinks that it's normal to speak multiple languages, they will learn more easily. If they feel like, it's that foreign language and it seems like an insurmountable mountain. But if they, at a very early age, they speak multiple languages, they speak French, English, Creole, they're telling you have to learn Spanish, like, already French, it sounds like French, or they'll start, finding it not an impossible task. And so that's why I said, I'm going to participate in that mission. That's how my first books came out in Creole English, because some friends had told me there's a large Haitian population here in Florida. There's actually in the US approximately 2 million Haitian Americans living in the US. 500,000 of them live in Florida, not Miami, but Florida at large. I said, you know what? Some of them, they want their children to speak Creole. Sometimes the grandma that lives in the house doesn't speak English, so they need to speak Creole. So that's how my first bilingual books came out. And at the Miami International Book Fair, where I met you, MJ, where MJ had a very prominent role at that book fair. She was leading a lot of events. And after that, from there, so I had some that came out in French English, some in Spanish English, no, in French English and Creole English. My Haiti Discovery series were the one that came out in English Creole, where I have three different books talking about different parts of Haiti. I chose parts that I had been to as a child. If it was La Citadelle, which I had kept very fond memories of my trips with my family, or Jacques Mel, where I happened to go to the Carnival of Jacques Mel, and then the other one is about La Gonave, because my family is a beach family, and we would go very often to Gonave Island. So that's how I decided which topics I wanted to write about for the city, for the visits where Petra visits Haiti. And from there, it has continued to evolve. It has attracted the interest of some institutions. I've been very blessed. And I said, you know what? The bilingual concept, it's a concept. It's not one language. So I introduced in 2020, I was going to say this year, we're already in 2021. It must have been, I need to remember the date, but it was only a few months ago where I introduced the first Spanish English versions of some of my books. Not all books are available in all languages. And I just received a request for Portuguese English. So I'm working on a couple books, Portuguese English, which hopefully will come out soon. And I decided to also introduce the toddler concept series, because of the books I said, first it was like those books to learn how to read. Then I started to introduce lessons on perseverance and bullying. Then I moved on to the Haiti Discovery series to build that cultural identity of children. Then I went last year with the pandemic. I said, you know what, I have to do something. So I wrote a book on COVID-19 to explain to children what it was. And I made the book available for free as an audio animated ebook on YouTube. It's still there. And and then I said, you know what, kids are like completely traumatized by this event. So I decided to write a book on emotional learning, where I'm talking about emotions. The title of the book was Your Emotions Are Normal. And where children, we were like, it's okay that you feel different, that you're feeling sad, that you're feeling you're scared because of all the events that happened in 2020. And then this year, or within the past 2 months, I introduced my toddler concept series, which tailors to younger children, because at the beginning of most of the books were 3 to 7 years old. The COVID and emotion book is more for 5 to 9 year old, because it's a little bit more substantial in terms of what we know. We're talking about COVID, giving explanations. In the emotions, we're teaching kids how to deal with emotions. And now the new books are really for young children, toddlers, 2 to 4 years old, learning concepts like colors, shapes, and numbers. And soon I think I'll have one on emotions coming out for that level. So that's where we are for the La Petite Pétra series. I know it was a long answer, but that's where we are right now.
I was fortunate enough to see that clip that you produced on YouTube, and it was so cute and so informative. I think that the concepts that you introduce, whether it's the love for eh, our cultural heritage, you have a book about going to the carnival in Jacmel,
Yeah.
or whether it's about being in charge of your emotions, in the sense that you're encouraging the kids to acknowledge their emotions, to know that they're normal, and just go with them. I think that's very valuable, particularly during a time where everything is being questioned, right? 2020 got us to question how we feel about everything, how we feel about ourselves, our identity,
Mhm.
and you address those topics that are very relevant to the time. And funny enough, I know that some of those concepts you started working on them before all of this happened, which shows that the books are really universal in the lessons that they teach and the approach that they take in teaching those concepts. So I wanted to commend you for that.
Thank you, MJ. And you know what's really important for me, like I told you, I have two kids. So now they're 7 and 8 years old. And whenever I want to make sure that I communicate a value to them, that I communicate a concept to them, I document it in a book just for two reasons: to be able to open the conversation with them, because they are all in the process of writing the books with me. You know, they comment, they give their opinions. This is not good. Petra wouldn't do this. I'm like, really? Petra wouldn't do this? Oh no, she wouldn't do this. So they're really part of the process. And so when I cover a theme, it's an opportunity for me to discuss the theme with them. And also it's for me a way to keep it at the forefront of my mind, since because if I'm writing a book about it, I have the opportunity to go back to it often, you know, in many different occasions, and to remember that this is really important for me to transmit this to my kids. So that's been a little bit what has guided my intuition as to what to do next. Even the bilingual concept is because it was important for me, for my kids, that I decided to move forward with that. So everything is really children led, I can say, and really I lead with what I think is important for our children. So you have to know that I spent most of my life in Haiti, so I'm more Haitian than anything. Yeah, so I'm actually experiencing the being a diaspora now and seeing even my books from a different angle, because uh, I'm 36 years old. I spent 26 years in Haiti. And so a lot of my life has been in Haiti. And now I'm living here in the US. I'm seeing it from a different angle, the angle that a lot of my readers are seeing right now. So, but keeping that contact, Haiti is a very big part of my life still today.
Let's talk a little bit about what you do when you're not writing.
Oh, my career started in the US. I was an auditor for KPMG. So I'm an accountant by trade, if I can say like that. I'm a CPA, and my career started as an auditor. And I moved back to Haiti in 2011, and spent the past 10 years in Haiti, running our insurance business, which it's a family business. I'm the third generation working in it. It's been around for 50 years. We do health and life insurance and property insurance. And now I run healthcare TPO in the Miami, Florida area. And I shouldn't say Miami area because we're in the Tri-County, Dade, Broward, West Palm. And we're here to bring affordable healthcare to the Haitian American community and other similar communities. And now our goal is to really provide a solution for anyone who perhaps doesn't have health insurance or has high deductibles. So even though they have an insurance plan, they are not able to see a doctor because the cost of seeing that doctor is prohibitive. And it's not only about seeing the doctor, but the medication, the labs, everything, the whole spectrum diagnostics. When they sign up to our program, which is called Multi-Med USA, which is a membership-based program, they get access to a whole network of physicians, providers that will give them access to deep discounted services that makes healthcare affordable again for them and their families. We even offer a hospital advocacy program, which allows people, if they do get hospitalized, they will get a team that will go and negotiate the bills on their behalf and are able to achieve 40 to 7% discounts. It's a great plan, not only for individuals, but also for small businesses that maybe want to offer a solution to their employees. So it's great. We're very excited about it. We're just launching now. We just started our efforts to go to market. We're excited. I'm very active on Instagram, I should tell you, whether it's under my La Petite Pétra profile, where people can really not only find out more about the collection, but also me as an author, and as a person for that matter. And But we also have a page for our Multimed USA page, which is our company page where we really bring forth, what we do to bring affordable healthcare to the community. So that's how you guys can stay in touch with us.
So let's talk a little bit more about that. If we want to learn more about your books, where do we go?
Well, the first place to just get like an overall picture where I have a lot of content, it's Instagram, where I have the most content. And I do my best to make it clear so you can really not only find out about the books, then I even tell the stories behind the books on that page. But if somebody is interested, for example, to buy our books, they can go on our website, lapetitepetra.com. They can purchase books. If they're interested, if they're an institution and they're actually ordering for a group, large orders, or they want a custom order where they're like, Krystel, I love that it's Creole English, Spanish English. I want Italian English. No problem. We'll do it whatever language you want. So that would be a special order. They can contact me via our Instagram page, or that would probably be the easiest way if they contact me via the Instagram page, or by email. We have several emails, but the easiest one is lapetitepetra@gmail.com. It's the same as our username, as our IG, our website, lapetitepetra.com. That's the easiest way to be in touch with us. But they'll see on our website, on IG would be where I have the most content. You'll find stuff on YouTube as well. You'll find stuff on Facebook as well. But, IG is where I really focus my efforts.
What about if someone wants more information about the insurance?
They can go on and it's not an insurance plan, but it's an alternative. The medical plan, it would be multimedusa.com, like multimed, USA, MULTIMED, USA.com. And the name of the IG page and the Facebook page, it's the same, Multimed USA. So that's where it's pretty easy to find us and to find out more information about what we do and get in touch with us. We love to be in touch with the community. We have like events, live events. I do more on the Multimed USA page in terms of live events. I probably have more pre-recorded videos on for La Petite Pétra, but we do more live events on Multimed USA, and not me by myself. We have a whole team. I have a smaller team for the writing, as you can imagine.
Thank you so much, Krystel, for coming over and talking to us at Badass Black Girl. Always a pleasure to hear from you, to hear about what you're doing. We hope you'll come back in a few months and provide us with some updates, because I know that you're really active with the writing, really active with everything that you do. So
yeah, I say, our life is short, and well, only one life to live, so we make the best of it. And I'm always happy to be here with you, MJ. You are also quite an active lady, doing a lot for other writers. So I commend you for that. And I'm happy to be here and support your initiatives. I know you have a lot of amazing stuff on Clubhouse. So that's why I go look for you, MJ, now. When I want to talk to MJ, I go on Clubhouse. So it's awesome. So keep up that work as well, MJ. And you can count on me. When you know where to find me, I will be here if you want me to join.